This was originally a presentation I put together for a virtual expo on virtual world building. However, I took the concept of world building literally to apply to our real physical 3D world. This is the third of 3 short presentations I prepared. This one is about creating a social vision board. As you will most likely know, vision boards are very popular in the self-care and personal growth communities. People use vision boards as tools to inspire, motivate, and attract a desired goal or lifestyle into their lives. In this presentation, I want to expand the idea of manifesting a vision beyond the personal. There's a lot of stuff going on in our world right now, so maybe within you there is a deep desire for change that goes beyond the details of your own life. But how can a vision that's bigger than our individual lives be manifested into the world? Well, how about starting by bringing this vision into the world itself? The idea of creating a social vision board came to me after I completed my doctoral degree in 2021. Like many graduates, I had a case of post-PhD depression. At that time, my future looked so uncertain. I didn't want to go back to a 9-to-5 professional job, which was what I was doing before I went back to school. While I did like the idea of research and teaching in academia, I equally found the system too stifling for my liking. I also didn't have the self-confidence to make it as a self-employed entrepreneur. So I spent a lot of time reflecting on life purpose. I asked myself one day a question. If my personal life was all perfect and I got everything I wanted, meaning that I was at peace internally with my external reality, what would I still wish for? What came to mind was a world of carefree, innocent, and happy children. Like flourishing plants that grow in supportive environments, these children were nurtured in an educational system of unconditional love. Whether it was passion towards an ideal, something to fill up my day, or procrastination from focusing on my own life, I decided to create a digital vision board for education. So here it is, my vision for education. It was the first ever project I created on Canva. The images I used were mostly of children, but I knew that these happy children were symbolic of my repressed inner child and the repressed inner children of the students and academics I encountered while in graduate school. I think I felt that institutions had somehow polluted the archetypal innocence of knowledge, or what most people know as the beginner's mind. I wanted to hold space for an educational system, or a world in general, that appreciates beauty and reflection, encourages fun and curiosity, and nurtures unconditional belonging and respect for self and others. It's been 4 years since, and my Canva account is now filled with so many projects, but life is still uncertain, and the world seems to have gotten even more senseless. So this begs the question of whether a social vision board can really bring about social change. At least for a personal vision, you have control over your inner state and your actions. What can a social vision board do? Is it just a projection? Is it worth your time? Of course, I wouldn't be making this presentation if I didn't think that creating a social vision board is worthwhile. I certainly recommend it to anyone concerned about social issues, is an empath, or is soul searching for a life purpose. A social vision board is useful because, like a personal vision board, a social vision board does 2 things. 1, it sends a message to the universe to attract, and 2, it creates a mirror for the subconscious to heal. That means a social vision board can do these 3 things. Hold space for a better world while we allow people to heal, learn, and grow. Give us clarity over our personal unhealed wounds, and plant seeds of potential for our very own personal social purpose. We need to hold the vision for what we want in order for it to manifest. But of course, social trauma is so entrenched that we can't really expect the big wide world to shift immediately. Where we can see the shifts is in our own lives. Through the mirror of a social vision board, we can learn more about our unhealed wounds. These wounds are likely generational or collective, so when we are healing ourselves, we are also healing society. As we heal, we gain wisdom and attract the opportunities to share that insight to contribute to society in a different way. So if you're feeling pulled to create a social vision board, here are my tips. First, listen quietly to your heart and ask the question I asked myself. If your life is satisfactory, what would you still wish for? You can contextualize your wish for your family and friends, for the future generation if you have children or young relatives, for society or the world in general. But I don't think that'll be necessary because your heart would already have an answer. Second, when you receive an answer, which may come as a desire or a literal vision, Consider what social theme it relates to. I put my vision under education because I had just exited academia, but it probably could have fit into another theme for someone else with a similar vision. Third, think of keywords, emotions, and symbolisms that describe your vision. Fourth, make the vision board using these keywords, emotions, and symbols. You can do this physically or digitally. I recommend using Canva because you don't need to go outside the program to find photos, drawings, and fonts, even with a free account. Lastly, remember to make it pretty. Make it feel like your wish has been fulfilled when you look at it. Whether the vision manifests or not, it's still a creative project, so have fun with it.